Hi, welcome to the Unqualified podcast. I'm Michael.
And I'm Charles. And today our topic is space. We'll be talking about everything regarding space, how to get there, and stuff like that. But first, Mike, I know you just went to LA. I gotta hear about it.
It was good actually. I went for work, my 9 to 5 job that we all have. um,
God, tell me about it.
it was good. So we're
Yeah.
there setting up the Toyota booth at the auto show and stuff.
Mm.
It was really cool actually. It was really cool to see everything being put together. We got a new strategy going out. So it was really good to see. The hotel itself. I will say the hotel was like a little weird. We had
Mm.
so like you walk into the hotel, it's like the front door or whatever, and then to the left is like two separate translucent rooms. It was like the bathroom and the shower. So
What?
there were like half mirrors. It was so weird. So it's like you get in there, it's like you can kind of see out, but then you can kind of see yourself. So it's like strange. And it's like,
Is it like one-way glass or something like that?
it kind of feels like one way glass.
Hmm.
But then when the door's shut and like you got to take a shit, right? You're like looking at yourself. And so
Ooh.
then I was like, what if I just shit with the door open? But then the sink is right there with the actual mirror.
Hmm.
And so it's
Oh,
like
interesting.
either way you're looking at yourself. But it was weird. We had one night, my last night there, the power went out and so I couldn't leave my room because the key wouldn't
Oh,
get me back in. And so I was like, I'm not leaving. And, our clients got stuck outside. And so they just had to get the power on. There was people stuck in the elevator. So they had 9 fire trucks come to take these people out of the elevator. And so I'm just like sitting in my room. They're coming over the emergency intercom saying like, be calm, be calm. But when somebody says be calm, I'm like, is there something I should be
you
worrying
know
about?
something's wrong. Oh yeah.
Something's
No.
wrong. And I was like, yeah, it was crazy. But, I went out with my boss a few times and, we had a few drinks and it was really fun. I will say the streets of LA, it was a little sketchy.
Oh really?
Not a huge fan. It's a
Hmm.
little weird,
Fair enough.
but
Yeah. California's a little out there for sure.
well, especially downtown LA, we went to this pizza restaurant, and it was a mile and a half away, and it took 36 minutes.
That's
I'm
crazy.
like, I should have just walked. It would have taken
Is
me,
that just because of the traffic?
yeah. I mean, well,
That's fucked.
the Lakers game was going on at the same time, so like,
Oh, that definitely. I feel like that definitely has an impact on it.
yeah, in the convention center, like there's this place. It's called like LA Live, and so it's like you got a bunch of restaurants. The convention center you have was the Staples Center. Now it's like Crypto.com
Mm.
Center or something like that.
Crypto.com,
Yeah,
LOL.
this on the side of the stadium says Crypto.com. I'm like,
Mm, I wonder who they're sponsored by. Weird.
I wonder if it's
Never would have
crypto.
guessed. No, it certainly isn't.
But overall, it was good. So is your logo upside down on your coffee cup?
Yeah, you can see it's upside down. It's I got this from Shirakawa National Park in Arizona.
Yeah.
And we were at the um like the gift shop,
Uh huh.
at the beginning, and everything there was like so expensive, but they had some really cool stuff. And then a friend of mine who I was there with, she pointed out, she's like, "Look at this one, you could get this."
Yeah.
And it was this, and because it was like $6, and it was just upside down, like it printed wrong when they put it on there. And I was like, "Fuck yeah, this is awesome." And
Yeah.
I think it's kind of unique because that's like one of one, not everyone has that. And I just thought it was cool, and so I had to buy it.
Did you get a discount
It was
because it
fun.
was printed
Yeah, it was
wrong?
like $6, and the other ones were like 20. And so I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's do this
I
for
know. I
sure."
mean,
And so I picked it up.
$6 for a mug. I mean, I still got this water bottle from college that like we used to buy our textbooks from textbook
Yeah.
brokers.
Yeah, facts, dude. Did you know that textbook brokers closed down though?
Well, cause didn't the school buy it or something like that?
Yeah, and then they shut it down. And there's actually a new place that took its place, and it's not like a textbook place. It's like a coffee shop slash brewery.
Well, that kind of pisses me off because it's like the
Yeah, I know
school was
exactly what you're
like
saying.
the school was expensive buying books, and then you went to textbook brokers and they had like free T-shirts if you got books there,
Mm,
stickers,
facts.
sunglasses, right? And
Mhm.
now the school bought it, and they're just gonna upcharge those same damn books.
Yeah, hey, they take over the distributing and then fucking raise prices, right?
I
It,
mean,
like corner the market and then you raise the prices. God.
so ridiculous. I'm like,
Yeah, literally. Well, and then they have a new process of getting books at the school now, and it's exactly the same as Textbook Brokers was. So you don't go search for your own books anymore. You just give them the say, "Hey, I need this," and then they go grab them for you, just like it was at Textbook Brokers. It's so
So
funny.
it's literally textbook brokers, but just double the
Literally,
price.
literally,
I
yeah.
mean, I couldn't even imagine. I'm so glad I graduated before they closed down.
Yeah, and I feel like I heard that they were increasing tuition, but I'm not sure about that one.
I mean, of course they are. It's Mesa.
Yeah.
They're trying
Hey,
to go
it's
D1,
enough.
and you know
Only for baseball, jeez.
they already D1 for baseball.
Yeah, that's fair. No, the football team's trash, rock league team's
Trash,
trash.
dude. Football team's trash. I don't think I went to
That's so
one
funny.
football game in 4 years there.
I definitely went to one.
It was
I never watched an entire football game though.
no, me neither. It was
No,
more
why would
there
I?
just to go get shit faced at the tailgate
Shit face.
and then just
That's
leave.
facts. Yeah, I actually never went to a tailgate. I only like went, showed up, and then left halfway through because it was always so hot. Like the sun's beating in that stadium
I know,
so hard.
dude.
It's not fun.
I will
Not a good
say
time.
though, the visitor side of that stadium, you get all the shade,
Ooh,
all that
yeah. Especially in the
sweat.
morning there.
I
Yeah, for
know.
sure.
Like
No.
graduation, sitting there,
Oh,
dude,
brother.
sweating my ass
I
off, dude.
hear
I was
that.
like,
Yeah.
I just wanted it to be over. I just wanted to walk. And
I
then,
just want to leave.
dude, I know. I mean, and then especially obviously you drink at graduation, and so
Obviously.
like you just get naturally just like hot from
Mm,
drinking, and so you're sitting there baking
yeah.
in the sun. You're dehydrated. You're half drunk. You're like, I just don't want to sit here anymore.
Yeah, no, certainly not.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. That's the podcast. We're just gonna. No, I'm just kidding. No, just playing. No, but I guess we should probably start talking about a little space, huh?
Yeah, I'm definitely unqualified to talk about space.
Oh my God, I am unqualified to talk
Yeah.
about space. Um, all right, so tell me what you know, and I think let's start on the ground. You know, we're on Earth. How do we get into space? How do we like branch into that realm, sort of?
Well, it
Talk to
goes
me.
back to last week's episode, right? You know, how
Yeah.
like planes, right? So
Mhm.
rockets now, for instance, like I'm not doing the math again. I'm not doing that. That was too much math. I was like, I'm not doing
Too much wrong math, I
it.
think is
Yeah.
like.
Um, no, but like the thrust, the fuel getting up there,
Yeah,
right? So planes fly at like 36,000 feet or something like that.
yeah, yeah.
So that's like the borderline almost.
No, that's not the borderline. Hell no. I think the atmosphere, to get out of the atmosphere, you have to be like, well, because there's like different layers of atmosphere, you know?
Sure.
And so to get out of the atmosphere is, I can't remember, and I want to say it's like around 100,000 feet or so 50, 60, 70. I can't remember. Again, I'm unqualified to talk about
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
so I'm just
yeah,
making this up,
yeah,
trying my
yeah.
best. So I think if we say like around 100,000 feet, you know, you've got a rocket that produces this unreasonable amount of thrust. I mean, I think most people have seen a like a rocket blast off, and that it looks powerful to say the least. Because you know, like when they get into space and they like have broken the atmosphere, whatever, that like that thing detaches from the rocket.
Yeah, well, I mean, where does that go?
So I don't actually. I want to say it falls back to Earth. Like it's a very calculated thing that falls back to Earth, but I don't know about that. But I do know that that whole thing, and it's like most of the spaceship, that was filled with fuel. And so it burns through all of that fuel just to get out of the atmosphere.
And I get that, right? But going
Yeah.
back to like,
Yeah.
is that landing in a residential neighborhood?
Fuck no.
You never know though. Like it could take off course. Like that thing's just floating back down to Earth. You don't know where it's gonna
I
land.
honestly, and now that you say that, I almost want to say that it like doesn't fall back to Earth. And truthfully, that I honestly have zero idea. I would hope that they want to recuperate the parts from that or something.
So they're just
But
like
then it kind
letting
of
it
gets into the,
float.
well, there's a bunch of space trash. That's actually an issue. Like there is a bunch of trash in space of like all this stuff. Like when satellites collide, it's happened before, I think.
I
Where like and
think.
always an I think, dude. I'm not qualified to talk about this. I have said it, okay?
I think.
But they'll like they'll explode or like they'll hit each other, and then all those particles are just parts are in space and they don't go anywhere, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know. It just blows my mind that that shit's just like going somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, facts. So you take off in space, right? You go up there, and you break the atmosphere. You're in space now, and obviously space is like a vacuum. So there's no air there, or there's no anything. There's no gravity. There's no
I mean, it's
nothing
space.
besides.
Like, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And so you like that's where we're at. And so this thing detaches from the spaceship, and where are we going?
Yeah, so like, okay, for example, right, we have our solar system, I guess. Okay.
Mm,
My question is, have you ever seen that map that like starts at a random person on the street, for example, right?
huh?
And then it zooms out, and then zooms out, and then zooms out, out,
Mm,
right? And then next thing you know, it's like past our solar system. And then you
yeah.
got like these galaxies, right? And then these whatever, and it just keeps zooming out.
Mm,
What blows my mind is that like there's got to be something else out there.
mm.
You
Like, are
know,
you talking about in terms of aliens? Like,
I
there's
don't.
another life form?
There's some sort
Mm,
of life form. I don't know if
yeah.
there's like aliens or whatever we want to call them, right? And then we claim that we see aliens here on Earth, right? So I who knows, right? So, but I'm so genuinely curious to like know if that's a thing.
I know,
I
right?
want
Like,
to know if something's out there.
yeah, I know. I feel that, and I'm kind of with you where like, there's gotta be something
There's
else.
got to
Like,
be something else.
literally, the universe is infinite. Like, there's no end to it, and
Yeah, you.
like it.
Yeah,
What are the chances? And like, I think we talk a lot about like here on Earth, and especially regarding aliens, like about an Earth-like planet, that can sustain life. And so because like the conditions have to be sort of like almost perfect to sustain life, kind of like how Earth has become um the way it is, especially with the amount of species we have on the planet and our closeness and proximity to the sun, and just sort of everything came together in this culmination of fucking life.
yeah. I mean,
What are the chances of that happening in another place, you know?
and it kind of goes back to, have you ever seen that movie Interstellar with
Yes,
Matthew
I
McConaughey?
love that movie. Oh,
So like they were on this one random planet, right? And every like 7 seconds or was a certain amount of years on Earth,
mm.
for example, right?
Every hour was 7 years on
Oh,
Earth.
that's what it was. Yeah, yeah. Every
Yeah.
hour is
Mhm.
7 years on Earth. So the farther you get out, like, does that actually happen? Was that like a fact?
Yes, that is a fact. And it's not because they're far away from the sun, it's because of the proximity to that black hole that they were referencing in that movie.
Oh, so if Earth, for example, was closer to a black hole than the moon, and then I go on the moon, time moves faster on Earth than it would on the moon.
Well, okay, so hear me out. So this is what I know about black holes. And one thing that I do also know, a little fact about Interstellar, is that the rendering image that they have of that black hole is like the closest image, or is like very accurate. It was like they did a really good job of producing a like accurate image of what a black hole would really look like. Like it's an arc sort of, in that movie. And what I do know is that the gravity of that black hole, or the gravitational pull of the black hole, is so great that it starts to like pull time itself towards it, because time is like a dimension. Um I guess if that's how you want to think about it, and that's I guess what scientists usually think about. Um, and so it's pulling that like time into it and like making it run slower, I guess, than
I mean,
Earth.
I got
Does that make any sense?
no.
What? That makes sense, sort of.
So, kind of getting off topic, I was just thinking about this. Have you ever seen that movie, Inception? I think we watched it
Oh,
together,
yes.
right?
I think so too. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
definitely.
So just the concept of time, right? Like,
Mm,
and like that shit blows my mind. Like, am I
yeah,
dreaming?
facts.
Like,
Oh my
where's
God.
my
Yeah, what
little
if you wake
fidget
up one
toy?
day?
Like,
Yeah,
did
I just use a fidget spinner, honestly.
you say spidget pinner?
Yeah, I did. I don't know why. I saw this meme like right when they were really popular.
Yeah,
Obviously, they're called fidget spinners,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it was so funny. I don't know. It was just someone called them a spidget finner in this meme, and I thought it was so funny.
Dude, I'll never forget that one time we were in an elevator and you're like, we're getting in the Evamolator, right? And so I was like walking in the elevator. I can't even say it right.
Elevator.
Elevator. And I
Elevator.
was like getting in it and I was like, oh, this is an I can't even like say it anymore. Like Evamolator.
Elevator. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I don't even think of elevator anymore. It's like the
Yeah.
Evamolator.
Elevator. Elevator.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What? Anyways, you get the point, right? So like, I think you said that the first time I
Yeah.
heard that or something like
You
that.
know me, I'm always making up dumb words and changing words around and
Every
stuff.
day, like every time I talk to you, I'm like some
I
random
know.
word comes out of your mouth, and I'm
It's
like,
literally, I feel like every time I call you or you answer the phone, I'm like, I call you something, a different nickname. I think
yeah,
I called you mustard shirt this morning or
yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Before we started this, Zach,
Oh
my
God.
coworker Zach, he used to say "boof" all the time. Like that's boof, that's
Mm,
shitty, like whatever.
mhm.
And so every time something happens at the office now, I'm like, oh, that's boof, right? And my boss looked at me and she goes, what the hell did you just say? I'm like, oh, it's boof. That's shitty. Like that's unfortunate. And she goes, you millennials or Gen Xers or whatever the fuck we are, right? Like with these stupid ass terms all the time.
Yeah, facts.
I'm
That's
always
us,
saying
literally.
stupid shit.
I feel that, dude. I think it's fun to say stupid shit, honestly. Like, why? I don't. I mean, yes, there's a set and setting and time and place for using correct words. Like for my job, I have to be in court a lot, and if I said a word that was like,
That's
if
boof.
I said evaluator in court, they'd be like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
And I would not do that. But it is just funny. Like I love making up words, and when I called you mustard shirt earlier, I
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
referencing The Office and how Dwight is always
Oh
wearing a
yeah, the
mustard colored
yellow.
shirt. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Or when Jim and Pam were talking about, they're like on that tiny ass earpiece that Jim got,
Oh
or
yeah.
Pam got Jim.
Yep. Hmm.
They talk every day, and they're like, "Oh, what color mustard is Dwight's shirt today?"
Yeah.
And he
Is
calls
it
it like spicy brown or something.
or was it like a Dijon or was it spicy brown?
Well, I think Pam's like, "Is it Dijon or yellow mustard?" And he's like, "Ooh, no, it's actually spicy brown."
Oh my god, it's so stupid, dude.
I
But I
know, it's
love
so
that
funny.
show. That's
Oh,
like my go-to show. Like we've quizzed
facts.
each other on The
God.
Office facts, I guess.
Hmm.
I can, recite The Office, I feel like at this point.
Oh, I know, and we have some hard trivia questions. So maybe that's a podcast episode is we just do office trivia toward to each other.
Yeah, I know. See, every time I watch The Office, I always think of like a hard
Mhm.
trivia question, and I'm like,
Ooh,
oh, I gotta tell CB this, right? So, but then I forget to
I
write
got
it
one for
down.
you.
Oh yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I got one. Okay.
Okay.
What color was Andy's tie?
Ooh. Okay, it's baby blue with little red anchors.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
No, wait. I thought it was like. Oh, wait, you're right. No, I thought it
Yep.
was whales for some
It's
reason.
anchors.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. Now, who says that? Aaron.
Oh. Oh, it is Aaron. Because isn't that when like
Hmm.
Aaron's like in love with Andy or whatever at
Well,
that
sort of.
time?
Yeah, I think they're like they're courting each other. You might say.
What? What do you mean? She's like
Uh,
she's
no, they're
like
just like they're just flirting a little bit.
yeah, but she's like they were always so like hit or miss, you know?
Mhm. No, in fact, and even when they were together, it's kind of missed, honestly.
I know. And then like when she was with Gabe, dude, I was like, what are you
I know,
doing?
right? That's so funny. Oh God, fucking Gabe, dude, what a skeleton, man.
I know when like Kelly gave Gabe a hug or whatever.
No, I think it was Meredith. I think,
No,
if I
it
remember
was
right.
Kelly. It was Kelly.
Oh, really?
And
She's
Kelly
like,
goes,
ugh.
so she goes, ugh, you're so bony, you know.
I know. Literally, I kind of feel like Gabe sometimes. Like, I'm really skinny and bony, and like I look like a skeleton man
But you're
sometimes. I don't know.
tall, you know, like you have the height.
Oh, height makes up for that.
Well,
Gabe was pretty tall.
when you're height, like you're like you thin out the higher you get.
I mean, is that kind of true? I feel like like aspen trees. They're not very tall
Yes.
trees, but they're very skinny. And like the tallest tree in the world is fucking thick.
Well, yeah, because that's the largest tree in the world.
I might be the largest man in the world. You just
No,
don't know.
you do not. All those basketball players that are like 7'7",
No,
you
facts. I
know?
know, dude. Crazy. Yao Ming was like 8'2" or something,
No,
wasn't he?
I don't think he was like
Oh.
that tall. I'm gonna
Yeah,
take a
well, I was kind of want to know who the tallest man in the world is, slash
let's
was.
see.
Or I currently.
Tallest
I can't
man.
even imagine being fucking 7 feet tall, even though I am really tall.
Oh my God. So tallest man was Robert Pershing Waldlow. He was born February 22nd, 1918. Still remains the tallest man in the world. Do you have any guesses on how
Wow.
tall he was?
Okay, I'm gonna say 8'6".
No,
Close.
8'11".
What?
This man was
Holy
8'11".
cow.
Hold on, I'm pulling up an image. Let me see.
Holy shit. Yeah, I feel like there's got to be an image of him standing like next to like a 6 foot person,
Oh,
six
he's
feet
got
tall
one
person.
like of next to a 5'10" guy. Hold on, I'm just trying to find a right one and then I'll show you.
Yeah. I feel like I can imagine like it's gonna be like the difference is gonna be stark.
Yeah, so oh fuck, oh here it is. Here, show you.
Yeah, show me. I want to see. I want to
Oops.
see that tall man. I kind of want to see myself as what I'm saying. I can't, dude. Being 8'11", that sounds genuinely awful. That does not. Oh, that
Yeah.
what? That's not the guy.
Yeah, it is. Oh, that's the
That's not that guy
8'4"
was
guy.
not born in fucking 1918.
It's this guy. It's this
Holy
guy.
cow,
Yeah,
dude.
sorry. This was a different guy, but this guy's still 8'4" against a 5'10" guy.
That is wild. Look at his hand. Holy
It's the
shit.
size of this guy's head. What else do they got? I mean,
Yeah,
like
look, yeah.
that's like the
Oh,
smallest.
that's like a
That's like the smallest woman in the
yeah.
world or something.
Meets
And
world's shortest woman. That's crazy.
dude, she's like a foot tall. Oh, let's Google
Holy
it.
cow. No. That's probably like
Ah,
maybe smallest
smallest
woman.
woman in the world. Yeah, look,
Oh
dude,
my gosh,
she's
she's like a doll. Wow.
like she's tiny.
But how tall is she?
Oh shit.
That's crazy.
2 feet and 3/4.
Wow. That's fucking
That's
wow. That's small.
you're 2 feet tall.
That's wild.
She definitely ain't going to space.
You don't know.
I
Don't
mean,
underestimate her.
I mean,
She's
I
a gangster.
don't know,
Uh,
but like,
yeah.
still, it's hilarious.
So anyway,
Oh
space.
yeah, we
All
got
right,
off
so we're
topic.
in that. So we got black holes, right? Then those are like the most. No one knows like what's inside a black hole, obviously, because like I was saying, it's got that incredible gravitational force, and so in the middle of every galaxy is a black hole. Did you know that?
So is there a black hole in our galaxy?
Yeah, that's so everything rotates around the black hole. Yeah, of course. We are not the center. The sun is not the center of the galaxy.
Are you sure?
What? Yes.
Where's the black
Uh, In,
hole?
in,
Where's the black
in the
hole?
middle of the galaxy.
Where's the middle of the galaxy?
In the middle. I don't fucking know where we are in relation to the black hole. No, it's true. It's very for real. That's because like so literally everything is spinning, right? Like even galaxies. You ever see like those really zoomed out pictures of like galaxies like next to each other and stuff?
Sure.
Like that they're spinning. Just like we're spinning around the sun. The
Right.
sun is spinning around the galaxy or the black hole.
Oh, have you ever seen that one guy? I don't know. He's like an astrophysicist or whatever.
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Couldn't tell you. He's some African American man. I don't know.
Okay, that's Neil deGrasse Tyson,
Okay,
yes.
sure, great. Anyways, so he was telling some other famous man, I have no idea, that the Earth spins at like 800 miles an hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if the Earth were to stop and we
Mm.
weren't grounded,
We'd all fly off.
we would all instantly be dead.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy.
And he said that if we were grounded, right, if our like we were glued to the ground or somehow we were
Sure.
stuck to the ground, and it would just say it was just from our arms. It would rip our arms off of our bodies, and you would just
Yeah,
like
I've heard about
die.
that. Yeah. I've heard Neil deGrasse Tyson say one time, he's like, even with all the mountains and valleys and um, things on Earth, and this is from Neil deGrasse Tyson, so I can't verify if it's true beyond
Wait,
what he says.
is he a credible source?
I think people do think of him as a credible source. I think he's a credible source. He did go to college and like he has degrees for astro or for physics.
Yeah.
Physicist? Is
Okay.
that what?
Anyway, sorry. I continue.
Yeah, I think he's educated on the topic. I know that for sure.
That's fair. He's
Um,
not unqualified.
yes, yes. Certainly, if he was on this podcast, it would not be called unqualified anymore. We'll
Yeah,
just say
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But he says that if you so like with all as the Earth is, with all the mountains and valleys and whatever, if you shrunk the Earth down to the size of a marble, that it would be perfectly smooth.
Oh, that's. Oh, yeah, yeah. I did see that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And
yeah,
like it's like a
yeah.
cue ball almost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally. Like it is that it would be that smooth. And he did say like if a giant walked like he also said that if a giant came up to the earth and was like huge and rubbed their finger on it, for them it would be like perfectly smooth. Which is wild to me. How many so like if an ant or if a tiny thing lived on a marble, how many valleys and divots and stuff is in that?
Wait. Say that again.
So like based on Neil deGrasse Tyson's theory, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Or saying, I don't know if it's fact or fiction or whatever. He says that if you shrunk the Earth down to the size of a marble or whatever, it'd be perfectly smooth. So we were on a marble, or if a marble was like expanded to the size of the Earth, does that mean there would be like mountains and valleys and it would be like rough or rigid and it wouldn't be perfect like for us it wouldn't be perfectly smooth?
I could not
Come
tell you.
on, you know what I'm saying.
I really don't. I really am not grasping that
What?
concept.
What do you mean?
So you're saying if I took a marble
Yeah.
and I blew it up,
Yes.
it would be smooth.
No.
A marble's made of
I'm
glass.
wondering if it. I'm just. But say, what say it was the. Just. I'm not saying like literally blow it up, like enlarged it so that it was the size of the Earth, right?
Sure.
Would it also have lumps and not be like not for us to the like the ratio of the size that we are to the marble or which is now the size of the Earth? Would you be able to like walk over hills and stuff like that? Or would it be literally like completely perfectly round, smooth everything for us?
It would probably be smooth.
I think the same is true because like if a marble is perfect and say it's not like necessarily made out of glass, it's made of organic material that can like change shape, you know.
But it's always gonna be glass.
Like it's the same way like
I am.
okay,
I
whatever.
cannot. Let's move on because I am not grasping this whole marble
Okay.
concept.
Okay. It's
So,
not like don't think of it like literally as like a marble, but whatever. Yeah, whatever.
anyways,
Talk to me.
so
Yeah, yeah.
space, right? So the sun, I heard.
Mhm.
Once again,
Heard. Where
this
you
is not credible.
everyone he is unqualified.
Oh, 100%. Space is all about theory. So, in the sun, like
Some of it.
the closer you get to the sun, right? I
Yeah.
heard it's hotter like
Good call.
from like a certain distance than it is on the surface.
Oh, I
So
see what you're
like
saying.
I don't know
Like
how far that
if
distance
you're
is.
yeah.
Yeah, like so like if you go to the sun, if you could travel to the sun, okay, right? It would be more hot, I guess, from a certain distance from the surface of the sun to where you are than it actually is on the surface. Which I don't know that degree.
You know how I don't know, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I didn't know that
That's
either. I think
interesting.
it was from that one guy, whatever his name is.
Like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Is that his name?
Neil deGrasse
Are we
Tyson.
talking about the same guy?
We're talking about the same guy. I know we are.
Hold on.
Hey, hold on. Ginger is at my door. I'm gonna let her in real
Yeah,
fast.
you're good. I'm gonna find out Neil. How do you spell it? DeGrasse
The grass.
Tyson. Oh
Tyson.
yeah, this guy. It's got to be this guy, right?
Up, Ginger, up. Go ahead, up.
Uh, this guy.
Yes, I know exactly who you were talking about. Yep. Yep, 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 yep.
I'm kind of curious. Is he like, what's he famous for? He's most famous for popularizing science with such books. 2009. Oh, Space Time
Where'd he
Odyssey.
go to school? No, no, it says it right there.
Oh, where?
The University of Texas at Austin and Columbia. Predoctoral research assistant
Oh yeah,
associate at Princeton.
from 1991 to 1994.
That's relatively, that's credible.
How old is he? Age. He's 65.
65.
Damn, he's kind of old. Well, Neil, if you're watching this, sorry, you do look kind of old.
Neil! If Neil deGrasse Tyson watched our podcast, I would, that's it.
I would send it to him and be like, bro, you gotta
Hey,
educate
Neil,
me.
hey, if you want to come on the podcast and educate us about space,
Oh, it's
let
him
me
and
know.
Obama. That's kind of crazy. Anyways,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm getting sidetracked over here. But anyway, and then Pluto. So is Pluto still a planet?
No, it's a dwarf. Celestial dwarf.
Okay, another question for you.
Talk to me.
If you could be one of the first people to colonize
Mhm.
Mars, would you?
Ooh, that is a good question. I think honestly, there's like a couple different thoughts I have around that because, like, going to Mars sounds really exciting. Like the whole process of like going there and being like the first people on there, that sounds so exciting. Mars is very like barren, right? Like the surface of Mars is not like habitable itself, and so you're like it's just dirt,
Yeah,
and
sure.
so you're living in a essentially you would live in a bubble or some sort of thing. Like, have you ever seen The Martian?
Yeah,
Yeah, I would kind of imagine that's what it would like be like to live there a little bit. Like you have to live in this like habitable thing, and like yeah, you could probably start a farm of some sort, but like you can't leave the bubble. You have to anything that you do would have to be inside this oxygenated um place, and I would hope it'd be glass so that you could like see outside of it. I kind of think of it as like this huge dome that is habitable on the inside. But
yeah.
like it sounds so boring. I
Yeah,
don't know, like
but you would be in the history books for
that's fair. Yeah.
decades, you know?
Yeah. That's why I like the idea of it. So yeah, would you go? Are you
Oh,
going?
100%.
Really?
If
What's
they
your talk to me? Why?
if they called me tomorrow and said like we need you to go up there and colonize Mars, right? It's just my stupid ass with a bunch of like botanists and scientists and like
My stupid
you
ass.
know, like I have nothing to
Um,
contribute other than to
Live and
procreation
yeah.
basically, right?
You're just making babies up there. I hear that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, imagine they called you and be like, dude, all we need you to do on Mars is make babies. Like, I'd be,
Ooh.
let's do it. But I'm just
That's yeah,
saying,
Mike's
but I'm just saying, like, I get you have to be in this like incubation,
chamber.
habitable space, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
But you like the more people are being born, the more like
Mm.
what do you call it? They get used to where they are. What is that word?
Habitate?
No, no, no.
Tell me more. What are you trying
So
to
like
say?
if you get used to the environment that you're in,
Environment?
no, like if you get used to the environment you're in, you would I guess adapt.
Adapt?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, you adapt to the
Mhm.
place you're in, right? So if I have like
Sure.
a bunch of babies in Mars, right? Maybe they don't need full oxygen. Maybe they can live off of
Mm.
the air in Mars, right? So that's the progression that I think that might like
So
that's
you
where
think
you
see
go.
you think humans would evolve
Evolve
to
is
be
the
able to
word. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I see, I see. Okay. So you think humans would be able to evolve to eventually exist on Mars without that
Oxygen.
habitable or the really?
Yeah.
So what I wonder, I can't remember what is the Mars because Mars has an atmosphere. It is just not oxygen rich. And like 70% of our atmosphere is nitrogen. And so
But they found
um
water on Mars, so it has some sort of like
yeah.
oxygen mixture in
Well,
the atmosphere.
it, yeah, there once was water on Mars.
But didn't they just like find water on Mars?
I think they did. I think it was like frozen water underneath the surface or something like that, if
But
I remember
frozen
right. I can't
water
remember.
is ice, is water.
Well, ice. Yeah, no, you're right. They did. Yeah, but I think it was like way down in the surface, and um, it's not a lot. But yeah, there is probably some oxygen, just
Yeah,
not enough
sure,
to
but like
survive.
I'm just saying like who knows what scientists are gonna do from here on out, right? And
Hmm.
botanists and all that
I
shit.
don't know. Yeah, I don't.
But like if you have that like incubation chamber, I guess you could say. What are we, chickens? Anyways, so you have that, and then maybe you don't need all oxygen. Maybe they let in some of the atmosphere, right? And you're breathing like half and half. I mean, I don't know
I just
how.
don't think that. Yeah, I don't think that's how. I can't lie. I do not think that's how it works. I don't think you can just like not in a lifetime you couldn't become
Not
adapted
no, not my
to that.
lifetime, but I think like
Yeah.
my great grandchildren could eventually
I don't.
adapt
Yeah,
to
I
the
just don't
environment
know.
on Mars. There's no
I
way that like
honestly,
the
yeah.
longer we're there, the less we don't adapt, right? So
No, I mean, no. Of course, you adapt over time, and so maybe like 100,000 years from now,
no,
your offspring can sustain a life on Mars a without oxygen.
it's gonna be way faster than 100,000 years.
Way faster? What? Okay, life on Earth evolved over millions of years.
Doesn't but the science that we have now,
Oh, you think they can accelerate
one hundred
the
percent,
evolutionary period?
one hundred
No, no.
percent.
Okay, not at this point, but maybe as they start to progress. So, like in 10,000 years, we don't know what the technology is going to look like.
That's what I'm saying. In
Yeah.
10 years from now, we don't know what the technology is gonna look like.
No, but I don't think they're all of a sudden going to come out with something that we figured out how to accelerate evolution that fast.
You don't know that.
No, you're not wrong.
Like,
I don't think that's going to happen in the next 10 years
think about
or
it
the
this way,
next,
right?
yeah.
iPhones. Just
Okay.
hear me out.
Yep.
iPhones,
Okay, I'm
for
here.
example,
I'm
right?
there.
Nobody knew what an iPhone was. When did it come out?
Mhm.
2008 or something like that?
I don't even know.
We'll just say 2008. Okay.
Sure.
So the iPhone came out 2008. Okay. Before that, you had all these flip phones. You could only call, right? You had house phones. Like, you didn't have like the power that we have now, right? Like, our parents are older than Google, right? And look what we've done from Google to now, the operating systems we have, the technology we have. We would not be able to be doing this podcast 10 years ago.
Yeah,
That's
you
a
probably
like
right.
so
Yeah.
technology grew so fast and such an exponential rate that we have the opportunity to do stuff like this, right?
I know. I think on that basis, I mean that's a logical step that like yes, technology is going to progress greatly in the next 10 years, especially with like AI now and all that shit
But I'm not talking
happening.
specifically
No.
technology. I'm just giving you an example, right, of how fast the progression happened.
No,
You
I
don't know that,
understand.
like with medicine, right? You don't, or science or botany or botanist, whatever, right? You don't know how fast that's going to progress.
No, you're not wrong. And I don't think I just personally do not think in the next 10 years or even anytime relatively soon that there will be the technology to accelerate the evolutionary process.
Well,
Personally, that is just yeah.
yeah, I mean, in 10 years,
If
I
you wanna
get
think about that, that's totally
it.
fine. I don't care. I think it is like that is like such a technological advancement that and I think you're totally right. Like yes, like the advancement is very rapid. And at some point, I think with the materials that we have and stuff, like there's at some point going to be a halt in technology, you know? Like we are in a technological revolution almost right now, and at some point that is going to slow down.
And I agree. I mean, you just see what like all these people are doing nowadays with these
Some
like
crazy shit.
self-shooting ships that land themselves. Like
Dude, I that's what I was trying to reference earlier, and yeah, Elon Musk can fucking land his own spaceships. Well,
that blows my
sometimes.
mind. I mean, that just absolutely blows my mind.
I know, isn't
Actually,
that crazy?
off topic, I we just
Yeah.
saw. I follow like I-70 on Instagram. Like
C dot or
I-70.
something. Yeah.
Yes. No, it's literally just called like
Oh,
I-70.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so then they just like post stupid shit that happens on I-70, right?
Mhm.
And there was actually a Cybertruck seen driving on I-70. Yep.
What? Are the sales have the sales started for that yet? Do you know?
I don't know, but I see all this stuff on social media. Like there's these
Hmm.
big trucks transporting loads of Cybertrucks,
Yeah.
and they're just
Fuck, dude.
on the roads now. I guess
Yeah.
they're like
I wonder
fucking
if
tanks.
I know, literally. I kind of wonder if there's like a market or if there's any like criminals right now that are stealing the Cybertruck, that are pulling over these semis that are transporting them and then stealing the Cybertrucks.
How would you steal
I
it?
bet there's.
It's like bulletproof.
I mean, did you see the demo for it?
All
They broke
right,
that fucking
that
shit.
would. He throws the thing and it
Uh,
just
no,
shatters.
immediately.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
know.
God, that's so funny, dude.
Yeah,
No, I don't know. I don't know. The Cybertruck is crazy. Would you drive one?
100%.
Really? I
I
think
mean,
I would too.
I don't know if I'd buy one, but I would definitely drive one.
If someone was like, "Here's a fucking Cybertruck," obviously I'm taking it.
If somebody gave me a
100%.
Volkswagen Bug, I'm taking it.
Oh, yeah, free is free. That's all
Free,
I'm
that's
saying.
what I'm saying. Free is free. I don't care what it is. If it's free, I will take it.
If it's free, it's me. That's just the bottom line.
Okay, I mean, there is definitely a line of what
Uh,
I would take and what I would not take.
all right, where's that line? Talk to me. So, like, someone comes up to you, says, "Here's a free pair of skis." You taking it?
I mean, okay, that's a dumb question because
All
obviously
right.
I'm taking the skis.
All right. Next thing, someone comes up to you, says, "Here's a free pocket pussy, possibly
Oh
used,
my
possibly new."
god.
What are you taking it?
No. Anything that has to do with like bodily fluids,
Oh, I hear that.
I'm not taking.
So like, what if someone came up to you and like, here's a free, and you can visually see that it's in the packaging still, and it's like three pairs of underwear, like the underwear that you buy at the store. You taking it? It's your size in the
It's
packaging.
been used.
No, 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 in the packaging. We don't know. They could have resealed it somehow, rolled it up perfectly. You just don't know, but it is in a package that is sealed.
If it's sealed, I'd probably take it.
I think I'm taking that too.
But like
I take it home, wash it.
bleach it.
So if it's at some point, like you go to Goodwill, you buy some used stuff, like you
That's
wash
fine.
it, it's fine.
A t-shirt's fine. But something
Yeah.
that has to do with bodily fluids, like that sketches me out. That's how you get like diseases and shit.
No, you're not wrong. I mean, but like at some point, isn't like sweat a bodily fluid?
Yeah, but not as gross as like
All right, all right, all right, all right.
yeah.
So space.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Star Trek?
I don't think so. I think I've seen
I
like
think,
a portion of a movie, but
yeah, yeah. So like, do you know the premise of it though?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think that someday, like humans will be at that point where we are sort of colonizing our like small portion of the solar system here, and eventually we'll move into interstellar travel.
That they're back to the evolution thing we just talked about,
Yeah,
right?
fact.
When is that going to happen?
No, I mean I don't know. I think yeah, someday humans will. I do think. Do you think that humans actually will colonize Mars? Like, do you think it'll happen?
I don't know. It
I
depends. Like,
know.
it's so
Feel
hard
that.
to tell because the speculation of like our world ending, right? Like,
Yeah.
and then they're like, okay, we need to go to a
I
different
know.
planet, but like, you don't know what else is out there. You know,
No facts.
I feel like they're gonna do more exploring
No
before they
facts.
colonize
Yeah.
Mars and start putting people there and trying to get everything taken care of on Mars. Because I
Hmm.
mean, they got to know what they got to go explore. Because like if I was a scientist with that skill and with all the tools that were needed to explore, I would definitely personally go see what else is over there rather than just be like, "Oh, let's just go to the next fucking planet over," like
Yeah. I think the only like thing that's hard about planets that are outside of this little are whatever 8 planets or so that are on that are around this star. So like you have to go find another star, right?
right,
That
yeah, yeah.
can, you know, is it so far away? And so even if you're talking about like 10 light years, like that's assuming you can go the speed of light and it would only take 10 years. And so if you're going even as fast as we can go, it's still going to take way longer than 10 years to get there.
And I get
And so
that.
you're,
I'm not saying in
yeah.
10 years that this is going to happen, but I'm saying
No, 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 that's not what I'm saying either.
oh,
No, I'm just thinking it's like even like there are some planets that are like relatively close in the grand scheme of things, you know? And so, but like even 10 light years, you can only do that. You can only that would only take 10 years to get there if you were going light speed. And we don't have the capability to travel anywhere close to light speed. So it's going to take like maybe 100 years to get to the nearest planet, if maybe a little shorter. I don't know.
I mean, that's true. I'm just saying, like, I don't think they should just hop over to the next planet and be like, "This is it.
No,
This is our
no,
new
no,
time." You
no.
know, like
Yeah.
they got to be able to pull something else together and
No.
go
And because
explore,
I think
figure it out.
if we think about like at least the end of the universe, beyond climate change, beyond whatever, like obviously at some point the sun is gonna like turn into or like go supernova and explode, right? Like
Yeah, I
that is
mean, it's
just
just bound to
fact.
happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And so, but like, and so if the human race will continue beyond that, like you have to leave.
yeah. You have to, because
Yeah,
like that's inevitable. That is gonna happen. Well,
literally.
probably not in the next couple thousand years. So I mean, we don't
No,
know.
that's like millions of years away, you know.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it's eventually gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly. I hear that. And I listen to all this stuff on like YouTube. I don't and it's like we're not there. So like there's like a type 1 civilization, type 2 civilization, type 3 civilization. And like type 1 is what we are now, where you are habiting your um the planet that life started on. And then a type 2 is where you have it like the nearest planets to you, and then type 3 is where you are like inhabiting or you are have the capability to explore um, all of the solar system or something like that. And it also talks about like a type 3 civilization can like harness all of the sun's energy essentially, like none of it is lost. And so it just like basically you are that technologically advanced to be able to cultivate all the energy of the sun, use all the resources of the known solar system, and um, like go beyond your planet and the
Wait, so
star that you were.
what are we again? What type?
I think we're type
One?
1. Yeah.
Hmm. I've never heard that
Oh, really?
explanation before, I guess.
It is, and it's kind of interesting because like it just gets bigger. You know, the bigger the civilization gets, the more technologically advanced, the more you can expand outwards. Sort of.
Well, that's pretty cool. There was this one theory I heard, and I think there's so many theories of like how humans got to Earth, evolution, Adam and Eve. Nobody
Uh,
knows. Oh,
uh,
personally, I don't know. Okay, but there was this one theory. Okay, that the meteor that killed all the dinosaurs, right?
okay. Talk
Just
to
hear me
I
out.
love this.
The meteor that killed all the dinosaurs. That meteor was not necessarily a meteor. It was some
Ooh.
sort of ship or device or carrier, okay, that hit
Uh-huh.
the earth, killed all the dinosaurs. Boom, there were humans on this thing. And then humans started colonizing Earth, right? So that was just, I think it was from that, what's that one guy's name?
As Neil deGrasse Tyson did not say that, I promise.
I almost 100% guarantee you he said that.
Well, he might have been talking about a conspiracy theory that some
Maybe,
people believe,
maybe.
possibly.
I
Yeah.
think I heard it from him. I don't know if he was stating a fact or if he was stating something else that he heard it from.
Mhm.
Whatever the reason, I heard this, right? And it just kind of is just like, maybe shit, that did happen. Who knows, right? So, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. And it is interesting. It's just, think everyone would like to know, like, a definite answer. Like, if we could
100%.
go back in time,
Mm-hmm.
and watch that evolutionary process, or fuck, hey, or watch Adam and Eve, if that
Yeah, right,
really was the
exactly.
truth, that would be fucking sick.
I mean, I just really I want to know, like I want to see it with my own eyes, like what happened,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
and then just
All
like
we can do is look back as best we can, you know? It's I hate that everyone hates that answer, I feel like
I
it's not
know
a definite answer.
there's no definite answer, I don't think.
I think there is. I just don't know if everyone will believe any not I don't think every single person on Earth will ever believe the same answer.
No, everybody on Earth does not believe everything. You know, like you
No,
believe
certainly
something, I
not.
believe something.
Yeah,
You know,
whatever.
I believe my blanket's cooler than your blanket. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
no, hell no, you better take that back. Uh,
No, but like I would
uh,
definitely go to Mars and kind of, if I had to colonize, I definitely
yeah,
would. You know, maybe it's a new chapter. You be in the history books, right? You're kind
yeah,
of just seeing what's going on, you know, and just
yeah.
if I was older, I guess.
Okay, okay. So let's think about it a different way. Say in have you seen the movie God, what am I thinking of? It's with Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence, and they're on a
Oh
ship
my
and they're
god,
like,
I've seen the
you know what I'm
clips.
talking
I
about?
don't know the movie.
I can't remember what it's called right now. I can't remember. Fuck, what's that movie called?
Let me see.
Are you gonna look it up right now?
Yeah, I don't necessarily know how to Google it.
Just look up Jennifer Lawrence movies and then go to movies that she's in, and you'll find it
I'll just do
eventually.
Chris Pratt movies.
That's fine.
Let's see.
God, what is that movie called? Why can't I think of it right now? That's so ass.
He's got so many movies. Oh,
I know. It's
Passengers.
Passengers, that's right. So think about it like in terms of that. I think that I would do that where you like a bunch of people are going at the same time to a planet that we know is like they're willing to send humans to, and it's like an Earth-like planet. I just don't know if I'd go to Mars because that like I just don't, I want to like live in nature and like exist outdoors and like build my own house and have to survive together. I just don't love the idea of like it feels more like a corporation is setting me up to go there and like make babies a little bit. I guess in both scenarios that's true. It feels a little bit more fun for me in the second scenario.
Yeah, but you've always
Like
been
to
about
play
nature
passengers.
and being
Yeah,
outside,
that's
you know,
facts.
climbing
Yeah,
trees
for
and
sure.
shit, you know.
Yeah, buying a van.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Buying a van. Oh yeah.
Yeah, where's my van? I'm gonna leave my van to that new.
But
Uh,
you can still be in the van on Mars, just in a spacesuit.
that sounds awful. I'm already big enough. I can't fit into a van anyway.
I
Can
know, dude.
you imagine wearing a spacesuit?
I was on a plane yesterday, and I was thinking about you. I'm like, how CB 6'7" ass? Like, how's he
I know,
fitting in
dude.
this chair, dude?
Literally, God.
Like, I'm five
That's
six, and I'm like, I can stretch my legs, you
yeah, you're like,
know?
hey, you're not even touching the ground.
No, dude.
Oh my God.
I'm like sleeping on the plane. I always love the window seat, so I can
Mhm.
like, like on American Airlines, they have the thing that like turns, like the headrest, so you can
The
like,
headrest, yeah.
yeah. So then like it'll fall forward, so then half my face will be against the window, right? And I'm like, I got my backpack under the chair underneath me, and I got like my legs stretched out, and I'm like sleeping like this on the plane, and people are looking at me on the way to LA on Monday, Tuesday, whatever it was. I fell asleep like I was dead asleep. Like
Hmm.
I don't think I've ever slept so hard on a plane, and I woke myself up snoring, right? And I wonder if other people are looking at me like, what the hell is this kid doing?
For sure, they're looking at you, dude. They're like, shut the fuck up. Like, quit snoring.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, I was like asleep.
Oh.
And then yesterday I had this little girl next to me. Normally, I don't mind having a quick conversation when we first get on the plane, like, hey, how's it going? You know. But once we're like cruising altitude, shut up, don't talk to me. I'm trying to watch a
Leave me
movie.
alone. Yeah.
Yeah, like I have my headphones in. If my headphones are in, do not talk to me. And this little girl, she was probably 10, 11. She taps me, right? And I'm like, hello, right? And she goes, when's your
Hello.
birth? She goes, when's your birthday? I was like, May 16th. I was like, when's your birthday? And she goes, cool. And then just went back to her iPad. And
What the fuck?
my headphones are in. Common courtesy. Don't fucking talk to me, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's one thing if that's like an adult, but at least she doesn't know anything about, the courtesy of being on an airplane. If it was like a little girl. But
And then
I was on the, I was, sorry, go
oh
ahead.
no, you go. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I was on a plane recently going to California, and this woman sits down next to me, and she's like, hey, this is like my first time flying in a long time, and like she's really nervous, she was telling me. And I was like, okay, like whatever. And I had like stuff downloaded on my phone to watch, and I have these headphones and they're noise canceling and stuff. And so I like to just like zone out and
Yeah.
like because I hate the noise of the plane is too much sometimes. So I just want to like turn on the noise canceling and forget that I'm on a plane, especially because I'm so big and it's cramped and it's awful.
Yeah.
And she just keeps talking to me, and I like felt like it was rude to, put on this headphone while she's talking to me. And at some point, she was like, I can't remember what she was gonna take, but it was some sort of like sleeping pill or something. And so she takes it and she's like, I'm really nervous. And she's like, I'm only gonna take a quarter of it. And so she takes a quarter of it. And then like 15 minutes later, she's like, I think I'm gonna take that other quarter. And so she took a whole half of one. But most people would have taken just the whole thing. She was really like nervous, and so she didn't want to. And by the end of it, she was like,
Dude, yeah.
just out. And I was like, thank God. And put my headphones on. And
You're like, I don't want to talk to her
oh, it was
anymore.
so funny. I was fine talking to her. I was just like, but once, yeah, I totally agree. Like, once we're up to cruising altitude, let me relax. Let me take a chill pill here, and you literally take your chill pill, and then we'll be fine, and then we're chill.
Yeah, like, have you ever taken? So, I don't have them near me, but I have these allergy pills, just like
Mm,
over the counter, whatever, you just buy them off the shelf.
sure.
And I had really bad allergies a couple weeks ago, and so I was like, I'm at work, sitting at my desk, typing away like I always do, and I took one of these pills. Okay, I was like, it's gonna cure my allergy, but I didn't realize it was non-drowsy, not non-drowsy. So they were drowsy. So I took one, and I'm like sitting on my desk, and I'm like falling asleep. And then we go into a meeting, and I'm like drinking water, like twitching, trying to figure out like stay awake, right? And my eyes are like red and running because I'm like trying to keep my eye like it was so horrible. So now every time I'm on a plane, I bring these allergy pills and I take two, and I am like
Wow.
out cold. I don't know what it
Mm,
does for me. They just like kick
interesting.
my ass.
Oh God, man, fucking space is so big.
Yeah, dude.
No, I wonder.
Brilliant.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, allergies, space. Fuck, I feel like we've talked about everything today.
I know,
God
yeah.
damn.
So,
Yeah. Well, I.
oh yeah, next week is
Yeah.
going to be all about the automotive process, and we are actually going to have a guest next week. Well, we have two
Wait, is next
options.
week teaching? I was gonna say which would. Yeah.
I mean, we have two options. It might be automotive, it might be teaching. We do have two special appearances coming up in the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. We'll, have a
Yeah.
nice new guest, a nice new face to
Ooh.
see. So
Yeah.
it'll
Finally.
be exciting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And again, this was the Unqualified podcast, and we never claimed to be experts, but we are going to talk about stuff and we do not know about.
Yeah.
So tune in next weekend for possibly an episode about teaching or about cars / the automotive industry thing.
Awesome. See you guys
And
later.
thanks for watching. Please subscribe and have a nice day.